Hi there, this is Alvin, and welcome to the Kickstart Commerce podcast, where we share search marketing and domain investing strategies to help grow your business. In today's episode, our guest is none other than Vikunth Navani, an India-based domain investor who started his domain buying and selling journey in 2017 and is now selling an amazing 10 to 15 domains or more per month. Today, Vikunth and I discuss how a PR career led to a full-time domain investing career after 6 months, his keys to success for buying and selling hand-registered domains, as well as recent domain sales and negotiation tactics. So with that, Vikunth, welcome and thank you for making time to join us today.
Thank you, Alan, for having me. It's my pleasure to be interacting with you. Thank you for having me.
Definitely. So to kick things off, Vikunth, let's share with the listeners a bit about yourself at a high level, who you are, your professional and personal background.
Sure. My name is Vikunth and I'm from Gujarat, western coast of India, which is situated at western coast of India. I'm a full-time domain investor right now. I started domain trading in July 2016. This is like correction because you mentioned 2017. I started in 2017, but actually I started in 2016 in July.
Got it. And so how did you get introduced into domain investing? I know you said that you, I guess when in our pre-call, you had like, what was it? You were into PR. So I guess how did you get into a PR career?
Yes. See, before I started domain investing, I was very careless about my career, not taking it seriously. From hacking to MBA to chartered accountant to wannabe musician, I kept playing with my career indefinitely. And my previous job before this was working at PR agency. Although they paid me a good amount, but I was not enjoying myself there and missing my hometown. So my parents had asked me to finally complete my impending course of chartered accountant that I was doing. And since only last exam was remaining of my chartered accountant, last step was remaining, final exam. So leaving that work, quitting that PR agency work, I came back to my hometown to prepare for final exam, which would have been the last step for me to become a chartered accountant. But instead of that, I stumbled upon domaining and never looked back to chartered account. What happened was, besides planning to prepare for exam, I also on side note wanted to start one blog website. So for that, I wanted to purchase, and I realized every inactive name I'm interested has aftermarket price. That is far beyond my understanding. At first, I thought it's all right. Someone maybe crazy to ask that much price for a domain name. And then next domain, same thing. So it kept going for 5 8 names. Then I was like, what the heck, man? Why and how they all are asking such insane prices for domain names? So that made me start to research about it. With my study, I slowly came across first expireddomains.net and moonsea.com. Later also, of course, namepros.com. And so that's how it started. And
So
to start up, okay. Yes.
yeah, so quick question here. So then did it so I guess you started down this path, you stumbled upon expired domains, you stumbled upon names pros. So I guess
Yes.
did you ever launch that website, or was it that you basically through I guess searching for a domain and you're seeing the value of these domains, or at least the asking price, then I guess mentally you shifted and said, well, why am I not doing this? Or did you actually go ahead and launch that site?
Yes. Same. What I did was I thought they are asking because the inquiries I made for the domain names that I wanted to buy, and since they were asking very high price, so I thought even I can try myself this business and this. So after that, I kept researching, and first I came across moonsea.com, and after that expireddomains.net. And I at the same time I saw one offer also from Big Rock for .net domain extension. It was just 49 rupees. It was about approx $3/4, $0.75. So
Wow.
so I started registering bulk.net names, and then next I came across .in domains. So I started registering those as well. What my strategy was to search on Google, and that whether there are end users for the domain I'm going to register. So I was searching on Google, and favoriting the names that I plan to purchase. I would attempt to purchase a register during the drop. Uh, so that's how I entered domaining. And after I sold my few domains, I guess, so after that I came across Namecrafts.
So then that's interesting. So you didn't really have a start then in terms of selling .com names. It was more that you started
Yes,
selling
it was my
.in and
first sale was
.net.
.in. Yes, my first sale was .in and .net. And
Wow.
then it was .net, and slowly I realized, of course, later on I realized that .com is the king, and that is, and now my, of course, if, in just 2 or 3 months, my 90% portfolio was .com then. But I never left trying other niches and TLDs like .co, .xyz. I always kept exploring because it was new thing for me to dive into, and I was always learning. Like every day, I was learning. So I kept trying for other strategies, other niches, other extensions. But yes, I realized at this my starting journey that that com is the king. .com is the king. So so I realized very quickly. But at the start, I was into .net and .in because of promo price.
Gotcha. So then, in terms of, so you're in this career, you said it was not, they paid you well, but it was not necessarily as fulfilling as you'd like for it to be.
Yes. I was not enjoying myself. I was not enjoying myself. So
Gotcha.
that is why, and even chartered accountant that I was studying, I was not originally interested in that profession. I
Ah.
happened to take that, as I told, I was very careless. I happened to take that because of one girl, my girlfriend, and till she was there with me, I was doing well because of her, because she only told me, she was supporting me. Till she was with me, I was doing well. But the time she left me, I totally got messed up, and
Oh man.
I felt I'm not no longer interested in that, in this profession. But as I was at the final step of that, completing that course, so my family suggested me to complete it.
So
And
did you ever complete it?
no, I didn't complete it. Although I plan every 6 months, the exams happen twice yearly, once in every 6 months, and I plan every time I plan that this time I will study. I will try to study, but because of domain business, I'm not getting enough time. Although good thing is I can complete it whenever, even if even from now I take a few years, even then I can complete. So that is a
It-
good thing. But yes, till now I haven't completed it. Yes, I got into domaining, uh, and made it my full time business, and I'm happy with it. Very much happy with it.
So then walk our listeners through then in terms of how did you bridge the gap, or how did you transition from the PR career into domains? Because obviously one of the things is you
So
have
see,
a career.
PR I had left because of to study chartered accountant. And when I came back to study in my hometown to study chartered accountant, I felt disinterested. I felt even chartered accountant, I didn't feel to be enjoying or getting my interest in it. But a domain business, from start, I felt like I'm really made for this. And I also believe that one of the reason of my success is because I enjoy doing it. I like the concept of domaining. Like you research, and you believe that some name, certain name is valuable, and then you, whether outbound or inbound, you offer that name to a certain end user who then makes it purchase it and makes it a website on it, makes website on it. So I really like this concept, and I very smoothly I transited into domain. It took, I don't even remember. Like I told you, I had sold my first domain within 3 days of starting, and it was very important for me to have quick success at that point of time. Uh,
Wait,
because
wait a minute. You sold your first domain within 3 days?
yes, within
Was that a
three
hand
days.
register or was that an expired domain purchase?
Of course, it was hand registered. Yes, and expired domain. Oh, sorry. Means I mean that it was from drop list and hand registered.
Ah, okay. Okay. So then,
At the start, I was only hand registered. At the start, first 2-3 months, I was only hand registered. I
so how
wanted
much
my
had you
investment
invested
to
in
be
hand registrations?
at first when I started to just test it. I had invested about approx 1500 to 1700 in rupee. Was my first investment in domains. It was about 20 to $22 at that time, and now its value is $25. So my first investment, you can consider it was $25, and within 3-4 days, I had my first sale of 500. This was perfect because if I hadn't got this quick success, I probably would have been forced to leave it, as I already messed up my career in lot of things and wasted my lot of time. I was not sure about, and it was like final countdown where I needed, that time was my final countdown for my career, where I needed to take decision, a final decision, whether it's for studying chartered accountant or making my career in PR agency or anything else. And chartered accountant was very pretty much safe thing, although I
Mm.
didn't enjoy it, but it was safe thing, like accountant, chartered accountant. There is a lot of good profession career potential. So to leave that behind and look to try another field, I needed quick success, and that is exactly what I got. Not just initially, even to kept it going, I required constant success to keep my confidence going, because I was sacrificing a career for that domain investment. And at start for first few months, it was in my mind that moment when I stop getting success, I will stop this business. Moment my success goes down, I will stop this business. Thank God it never happened.
So then you basically, so how many domains did you buy then for $25?
Uh, as much I don't remember the number exactly, but you can say about 50 names were .net and others were all .in. Sorry, 70 were .net and others were .in. And .in were in about .in price was 200 rupees. So I had so apart from registering .net for $0.75 each and 70 domains, and rest all the .in.
Wow. And so then you flip one of those then for
Yes,
$500
yes.
in 3 days.
Yes, the first domain name that I sold ever was soultree.in.
So how long did it take you then to get profitable enough to say, I'm done with the PR industry. I'm not going to do the chartered account business. I'm just
It
strictly going to
was
focus on
about,
domains.
see, I myself felt from first day only. As I felt the connect, and I was starting to believe that this is it. I found what I was looking for. I was always confused about my career. Uh, and I actually wanted to be a businessman always. I joined MBA also. There was a plan for me to study in MBA in Australia, but
Uh-huh.
I didn't because of my girlfriend, as I told you, and shifted to chartered accountant for her. So business was basically what I was naturally inclined to, but I never realized. I myself didn't knew uh, that at till that point of time. So when I started domaining, it is a see. At the end of the day, it is a business. Okay, and it is a very basic business. It's like a very basic business that you purchase certain goods that you, and then you try to flip those for profit. So I and because you can work work out this business from anywhere, like even from the remotest of places. Like and you are on not only your own boss, but you can be like take iPad or laptop and start working, doing this business from anywhere in the world. So I really like this concept, and I myself believed it from the first day that I am having this connect, and I just I want to make this permanent. Let me try. But my people around me and family around me, they were not sure about. Uh, even even when I quickly sold the first my domain, even after that, they were uh, they were not sure about its stability. And
Ah,
since domaining, at least in India, it is not a traditional business. It is not considered a traditional business.
why not?
So so, because it is not popular, it is not common. People don't know. They until and unless they themselves uh, get into need require any domain and inquire. Like myself, even till 2016, I myself didn't knew that
Right.
how domain business can be stable and how it can be a proper business.
Hmm.
So, so Uh, so it was so because of this, my family was not sure. The people around me were not sure, and also it was also because of my nature, myself, my nature only. A big previously before domains 2016, I was always confused. Like always, I at one moment I will decide that I'm interested in this, and very quickly I will get bored from that. Like I had also joined ethical hacking course, internal security and ethical hacking course. I had got really bored from it, and I even tried in musician to be musician. But I realized I was my talent was nothing in front of the people who were struggling at my level. So I was very confused. I used to get interested in a lot of things, and with time I used to lose interest also. So because of my behavior also, my family was not sure, and then business was also not traditional. So so I was so my family waited for at least 2-3 months when they were like okay with me making it part time business.
Right. Because by
And
then,
then
I guess you were already making day to day sales, right?
yes, regular sales. I was making pretty good sales with my part time,
And
and
most of those sales were hand
I was
reg.
also diverting my time to research. I was
Ah,
also diverting my time lot of like even if I'm selling domains, I will make sure that I don't stop the research. I don't stop learning, and I plan to make it even more bigger success than than I'm getting. So that was my attitude. So uh, I kept researching. I kept giving time to research. And see, domaining is has a wide scope. There are so many niches and strategies one can try, from outbounding to inbound from GTTLDs to NGTLDs, from liquid domains to geo EMDs. So it was very important for me to learn everything in order to in order for a cash in order to cash flow in order to keep cash flow going. uh, I wanted to make sure that I try everything and explore everything.
gotcha. Now you mentioned something there that's critical. So cash flow likely for all domain investors. I mean, that's kind of the do or die game. If you're not good at managing
Yes,
cash
yes,
flow, then you won't be successful. So how have you managed the whole cash flow? Uh,
yes. What I do,
what's your cash flow management strategy?
I feel my strategy is like to cover everything, so that if one thing doesn't work, then there is always other strategy which keeps the cash flow going. Like I like there is so much, like I try even outbound for geo names, like hand registering, and then trying to flip it for $200-$300. I even buy CCTLDs like .in .co, and try to flip it for $500 to $1,000. I even buy premium names, whether private or aftermarket purchases, and those names I can afford to sell for 5,000, 10,000. There are a lot of handbrake names, although handbrake, but .com, which I sell in four figures, like 2,400 or 1,500. Like there is one name, audience.com. I sold it. I sold it for 2,000, and so I try to do cover everything, and this I feel this strategy makes sure to give me stability. It gives me stability. The require very much required stability,
Mm.
and so that's it. My strategy is to cover everything. I believe this is the one of the reasons for my success, and for giving me stability and keep the cash flow going.
Now, how do you go? What's your thoughts, or how do you go about registering? Um, when you say bulk register hand reg domains,
Yes,
like
yes.
what's your strategy or what's your thoughts around doing that?
See, what I do is I search the term on Google. First of all, I Google them. I see its popularity. I see its whether there are any similar end users that are using any similar or related domain names, and whether there is. See, Google is like a great tool. Google in itself is a great tool and great source of information about getting about getting about taking decision to purchase the domain or not. So first of all, I Google it, and after Google, since I also study trends and what's trending, what's the latest technology, what's up to date among startups. So because of this, I have already experienced. So it is also useful in deciding that whether any name is whether I should register any name or not. And there are some analytics also, like CPC, search volume, or related domain names, or other TLDs if other TLDs are registered. So these are the analytics that I use, and of course Google.
And
So
so then in terms of
yes,
pricing wise, then so how are you going about, I guess, what's your strategy in terms of pricing? Because I mean, are you registering these .coms at a regular price, or are you using promo codes, or how are you going about
yes.
purchasing?
See, from start, like I started registering in bulk only at the first my first investment of domaining. It was a bulk register in promo, as I told. So that is what allowed me in starting to register many names and jump into domaining. So from that moment only, I was very clear about this my strategy to always go for bulk registration when there is a promo. Okay, first,
Ah,
and second, then if I'm supposedly find any name that is available for registration, and during that I couldn't find any promo, there is no promo going on, which is very likely since 2018, because before that there were regular promos like domain.com, netfarms also had, or others also had regular promos, but
right.
since 2018 promos have died down. So what I do at this point of time, uh, my criteria for selecting domains become more strict. Like if I am having a promo, then it will be little lenient. Like I would register even 5 names extra. But if I'm registering for $8, I have to make sure that it is really good. Like I will filter out more. Like during promo, I will find 150 to 200 names per day in certain extension, and then out of that, I will filter. Supposedly, I will filter 50 or 80 names. Then I will try to register them all, and in the end, I will get only 40 names. When I am not doing bulk register or not using promo, at that time I will give more filters and try to get the best out of it. So of course my number of domains registrations will go down, because the price I am paying is same. Like during promo, it is during promo, because of low price, I can register more domains. But without promo, my number of domains registrations would be less, and I'll be paying same price. So I try to filter out more. Like I told you that I will see the popularity on Google, like related domain name and a possible probable end users or leads. Then I will to filter out more. I will see which domain has more potential of end users or possible leads. Which domain has more? Like then I will select that domain, like top of the my list.
So how long do you plan on holding those hand-reg domains? Like what's your average
It
hold
totally
time to
depends.
sell?
It totally depends on the domain name. Because see, in even among talking about just hand registered, okay, I price them from 700 to 2000, 2500, 5000. So even although more price like 5000 and 4000 are very less domains that are hand registered, that are price,
Right.
but they are there. So the price range is really long. uh, it covers from 500 to 5000.
Mm.
So it depends on domain name. If completely depends on domain name. I How much I believe in that domain. If I price it for 4000, then I won't drop it. Or even for 2000, I won't drop it. I will keep renewing it till it gets sold. But if I price any name, like I purchase or register any name and I price it for 700 or 400, then I will most likely not renew it.
And that's after, so you basically you renew for 1 year, and if it doesn't sell at the end of that year, if it's 700 or below, you typically drop it.
Yes, and
Gotcha.
also depending upon niche, like there were a lot of cannabis name I had during 2016-17. I was dropping it randomly. Suddenly, I realized that cannabis and marijuana, hemp keywords domains are in trend like never before. Like overnight, they became trend
Right.
and they came at top. So I then realized I've dropped many such names, but I then exactly at that moment, then I started saving my rest of whatever were left names related to cannabis. So I renewed. So it depends on trends also, what's selling. So it depends on a lot of things. Same for crypto. Like recently, I've dropped many crypto names which I won't have done in 2018 or 19, because at that time crypto was really trending big time. Like like even the crappiest names would get sold. Anything was getting sold during that time. So anything 400, 500, 1000, anything was getting sold. So and now it changed. Now crypto has subsidized down. So now I'm dropping most of my hand registered crypto names.
Now, do you think it'll come back around?
Uh, Depends. I research myself. I think it will come back eventually. It will rise again. I feel it's already rising. As you know that my biggest sale of domaining career has been crypto related domain name, and it was in last December, before 3 months, of 30,000. It was learn crypto. So I do feel that it will rise, but when it will come back and when it will rise again, that time it is very difficult to predict. It is very difficult to predict. But if you keep updated yourself, the trends, the what's trending among startups, or what's the latest technology, or the how's the finance going on, or which countries are allowing crypto. Like just before 2-3 days, Indian Supreme Court revoked the ban on crypto. In my country, the ban on cryptocurrency was revoked just
Oh,
few
wow.
days.
And so that then
Just
opens
few
up
days before.
a whole
So
door
so
then.
yes. So it all depends on such things. how crypto is trending. So, and we would know from we would know this and would be able to predict this only after research if we give time to updates and even like checking other sales what's selling. So so you so it depends on a lot of things, but I do feel that it will rise. I just don't know the time.
Right,
It is
right.
as it is very difficult to predict. Research is very important, that is why, which includes what selling source are, name bio, name pros, even Slack groups of certain marketplaces like BB to know what's trending, to keep up with general news and what's the latest technology, news in tech, what's up to date among startups. All this helps in knowing trends, not just crypto, but overall, in letting you know that what is selling.
So then, in terms of, I know, so most domain investors they deal strictly to buying and selling domains. Like, have you ever, I guess, kind of dabbled in the area or gotten interested in terms of domain development?
Yes, I have thought to, but because already there is too much in my plate. Even offline, I have planned to start my export business and restaurant. So definitely there is plan to, and I will explore it also. But I want to give. I don't want to quickly jump on it.
Gotcha.
I want to give time on it, and I want to do enough research. I've already done, but I feel I need more research, and because there is a lot of competition, like in web designing, web development, there's a lot of competition. I feel I have to learn. I have to give certain time, and
Gotcha.
I'm not in hurry because see, I'm right now settled with domain business, and it is going good by the grace of God. So I want to approach it slowly now. I want to approach it with complete knowledge and to know how it what are the opportunities exactly, or how much to all the details, I mean.
Right.
So I want to give time.
And so you're primarily then focused really hand registration and outbound
No,
strategies.
I focus on everything. Like I try like see, during promos I completely stop hand register almost.
Okay.
If there is no promo, then during promo I would register like 50 domains per day or 100 domains, like
Oh
only
wow.
of certain extension. But if there is no promo, then my average comes down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or
Okay.
like recently, in recent days, about from last 2 months, I've hardly registered anything. Must have been 5 names on total in last 2 months, because as I said, I keep exploring everything. So it is like 2 months I will hand register blindly. then then I will shift to buying premium names. In the past 2 months, right now I'm focusing on purchasing premium names. I like the names that are aged, that are not hand registered, that can have more value than 5,000, or that can have value in 5 figure also. So, or high 4 figure. So those are the names right now I'm focusing on and purchasing on those names.
So is it just you by yourself? I mean, so how are you? I mean, because you look like you're, it sounds at least like you're doing the buying yourself as well as the outbound yourself.
Yes. See, there are people working right now. There are 17 people working with me,
Oh,
about
wow.
17, and all of those are working part time. I have now planned to shift them full time, at least one of those, but few of those. But right now they are all working for part time. And obviously it is a requirement of me, because see, there are a lot of things like changing name servers, transferring domains or authentication codes, or interacting with email, sending outbound email. So this requires a lot of time and work, and because I want to cover a lot of things, it is not possible for me to do do these things also, like changing name servers, or authentication codes during transfer, and managing everything. So I have some very talented people working with me for that. Although all are doing part time, like all are working for 3 hours per day.
Now, do they buy or do they just strictly focus on outbound?
I make them do everything. Like it's not fixed. Like I will one day I will tell them to outbound. One day I will tell them to change name servers. And see, pricing is very important. Like pricing
Right.
your domains. I'm talking about inbound. Even in, of course, in outbound also it is important. But talking about inbound, it is very important that how you price, especially hand registered. Like there is a lot of, and talking about brandable niche, there is like lot of choice for end user. Like supposedly example, there is a domain name Zomato. There can be Zomata. There can be Zomoto. So there are lot of choices for end users.
Right.
And and if you are, I believe that if I have hand registered a name, and it won't be wrong of me to sell it for like for 1000 or one. I don't necessarily need 2500 for it or mid four figure. I can sell it for 800, 900, if provided that I have myself hand registered. And depending upon domain, depending upon trend, depending upon how it's spelled, or what's the synchronization of two keywords, or if it's invented, then how easily it is spelled, pronunciation. So depending upon lot of things, I try to price the domains correctly, because I believe even if you do little mistake, then your sales will go down. See, like if there is a name, now talking about crypto, before 1 or 2 years, crypto names were selling like hotcakes, but it is, although right now also selling, but not as good as before. Like it was at top of the its trending keyword.
Mm.
So 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 now I priced those crypto names moderately, like for 700 or 1000. Those were hangers. Those are not great names to start with, but now so now priced them as moderately. And similar opposite it is with cannabis names. Even I'm having cannabis average cannabis names, but I'm pricing those for 1500. So it is very important to price the domains right. Also because there is a lot of competition. No doubt there are certain domains that I won't sell for less than like say 1995 or 2495. But most of the names I would be negotiating among my handwriting. I would be ready to negotiate,
Gotcha.
because and pricing is also important. I've myself experienced and noticed that when I was selling, when after 6 months I was selling very regularly, like in the range of $1,000, in the range of 700 $1,000. I was selling very regularly, and as I told that I post 20 to 25% of my I share 20 to 25% of my sales at name. So I was sharing the sales there. So people, there are some of members kept messaging me that you are underpricing your names, like for 700 or 1000, and dude, you can get more success by pricing the domains for higher prices. So with higher price. So I was like, yes, thank you, you are right, and I never realized. Thank you. So I went to Afternic, where I get most of my sales. So I went there and I increased the prices. Like the one that I priced set for 700, I made it 1500. The one that I priced 1000, I made it 2000. And immediately after that, my sales dropped. Same
uh,
domains, similar portfolio, similar strategy, but my sales dropped really bad. And I
Interesting.
realized what was the reason. So it is very important. And even as uh, as I got success, there are a lot of others that were that were asking about my experience, or to share my knowledge or experience or anything that I've learned with them. Till date I get regular messages at WhatsApp or Namebros. So even with other experience, some of them came that see, we have learned this, we have got this names. Like one guy came, he told me that he has 200 names, and and from the start he was taking care of quality by asking me and then registering the domain. So he was telling me that, see, I have registered all the names after you have suggested me. Only I made sure that you suggest me the names, and only after that I have registered. So where I'm going wrong, I'm not getting any sense. So I asked him what are the prices that you have listed these domains for, and he told me the prices, and it was very ridiculous compared to the names that his pricing average price was 1,500 to 2,000.
Wow.
So I told him to decrease the prices, and within 15 days he started having sale. So pricing is very important, especially among hand racks, especially
Right.
among hand. Because see, end user also realizes that if this domain is the quality of domain, they also realize. And if you're and there is a lot of competition in hand registration also. Not only there are many domainers like you that want to do well in hand racks, but also there are a lot of back order companies now that have popped up, like drop catch, use domains. They will take away most of domains. Network solutions, snap names, namejet were there, and these days they are targeting many of such names that are that may that were easily available during 2016 or 17. But
Hmm.
if you try to register those names in today's date, then they all would be back order. If not all, then most of. And because there have been changes in drop catch pricing also, like you can back order a name for $10 at dropcatch.com. So there are discount back orders. So because of this, competition is very high. So if you are buying getting involved in such names, then one must make sure that you are pricing the domains rightly.
Right.
Of course, if there is any name that is that I feel even if handrag even then I feel that it is worth for 2,500 or 3,000, then I will price it. But most of such handrag registered names should be priced moderately. Otherwise, you won't have many sales,
Right.
and then the renewals come up. So you have to be very careful in that.
Gotcha. Now it's interesting because you've had most of your sales in 3 and the 4-figure range, but you've also had some 5-figure sales
Yes,
as
only
well.
nine of those. Only nine of those. Only. This is I suppose this is my 10th.
Wow. Wow. And
I
I
learned this.
think looks like pulled up Names Pros here and looks like you have one, what is it, my 30K sale?
Yes. That is a post on Name Pros I made.
Interesting. So that domain learncrypto.com. Interesting. So it was a crypto domain.
Yes, it was a crypto domain.
Interesting.
This was
Interesting.
my ninth five-figure sale. Learn crypto.
Wow. And that wasn't, I mean, shoot, that wasn't too long ago. That was just last year. I mean,
Yes, about 3 months before from now, in
yeah.
December last year.
Well,
Yes.
congrats.
Thank you.
So was that, now that wasn't, I guess that wasn't a domain that was it wasn't like a buy now, that was an actually negotiated domain.
Yes, although I had listed for buy now only, but still I negotiated. From the moment I had acquired that name, I had acquired that name privately, and I knew that it is a premium domain because during that time in 2017 when I purchased this domain, during that time crypto was trending very good, and with crypto hype, and I knew that even though crypto niche is something that is here to stay, it is not like a fluke. It is something that is here to stay, and it is like a future technology, proper future technology.
Right.
Like uh, like uh, uh, it is the future, I felt. So I was very sure, even if the trend goes out, I will hold this domain. I won't sell this domain less than for a certain five-figure price. I was very sure about it. And I kept declining many offers. I have declined 15,000, 5,000, 10,000. The best offer I had refused was 25,000.
Wow. So you said no to a $25,000 offer.
Yes, but there was difference in that 20,000 offer I received via afternoon. So if I had accepted it, then I would have got only 20,000.
Oh, that's right. Because after
Yes, and
they
this
basically charge
offer,
a
yes, and
commission,
of course
right?
they write, yes, they charge 20% commission or 15%.
Interesting.
So depending upon the price, so I would have got less than that, 20 to 22,000. But and this of 30,000 I accepted. Here was virtually zero commission. There was no commission
Wait,
from my
what?
side.
No commission.
Yes, I since I sold through escrow.com, and so there was like a no commission. So it was a direct sale. This was also the reason. Otherwise, I have not sold it for less than 35,000. It was my minimum with commission.
Right.
This was a part of this. This was also part of negotiation. Like buyer told me, and we interacted, and I told him clearly that see, normally I wouldn't have sold this name for this much price. I rejected 25,000 also. I can show you the proof. And I'd also rejected 20,000 euro offer. That
Huh.
was at Dan.
Oh, Dan. Oh, you also use Dan.com.
Yes, Dan.com. So I refused 20,000 euro offer also. So I told him, and I had cleared him that I would be ready to negotiate, but it won't be by much, and with you only. It will be exclusive to you only, because there will be no commission for me, and I will get the full amount. So I made him clear that.
So then I guess now, do you split your portfolio between After Nick and Dan?
No, I make sure to list everywhere.
Okay.
See, park at Dan.com. See, although all these are aftermarket places like Dan, Afternic, Sido, Flippa, these are domain aftermarket places. But there is there is a difference in concept of aftermarket. These marketplaces, each one has its own advantages or concept. Like Dan.com focuses only on parking. You park your names at Dan.com, change your name server, and that's it. That is
Mm,
and their strength is like a simplistic parking page and minimum low commission. I feel their
right.
parking. This is their successful. For Afternic, it is not that. Afternic for Afternic, it is the great network, amazing, incredible network that have for domain across all registers. For Sido also, I feel there is a network or premium listing network (MLS), and then there is Flippa, which has a different concept of auctioning of your names. And the buyers are not only domainers but also end users. Like many of my friends who sell on Flippa tell me that their name were actually bidded and bought by end user. And then there is like namejet. Although they also auction like Flippa, but there the competition is among domainers only, right? So So although these all are aftermarket, but they all have different concept and different strength and different way of working. I make sure to take advantage of all. So I will park my domains at then.com, or now it is epic.com, and I will list my domains at Afternic and Sido also for premium listing. Make sure to list on premium listing.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So then, like, what other domain sales have you had besides the learncrypto.com sale? So I know that you've had some other, 3 or 4 figure sales, notable
Yes, of
sales.
course. Recently, I sold a bucket agency.
Wow, bucketagency.com.
Yes, for 999.
Okay, so
Yes,
$999. So how long did you? So when was that a hand register or?
yes. It was a hand register. It was hand registered in October last year.
Oh shoot! So okay, so October 2019. Interesting.
Yes,
So
yes,
I guess
yes.
how long was that one of those 3-day type situations, or was it a little bit longer than that?
I sold this in February. So I hold I kept. It was sold after 3 months. after my
Nice.
registration. October 24th, I had registered, and then November 1 month, December, January 3rd month, and in February, I sold. So 3 months, about 3.5 months.
Nice. So you have Bucking Agency, and then I guess were there any others or?
Yes, of course. There is like crunch work.
Okay, Crunch Work.
This I
Is that a
registered.
.com or .net?
Yes, of course. .com. My
Okay,
my 70 to 80% of sales are dot. Yes.
crunchwork.com. So
Yes.
how much did it go for?
It went for 1495. Yes.
Okay, so 14.95. That's man,
Yes. Yes.
that's a good sell there.
I had hand registered it in 1 year before, and I had only recently I had renewed it. 1 month before I had renewed it, and total I hold that domain for 13 months. I
Nice.
had registered in January 2019, and I renewed in January 2020, and it was sold for in February 2020. Like after 1 month, I renewed.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. So you really have a theme then. At least I'm seeing a pattern with Learn Crypto, Bucket Agency, Crunch Work.
Yes.
It's like
No.
two
There
words.
I can also share different domains. Let me share different. Like there was one name that I sold. It was empty, like empty.
Yeah.
A tweak on empty. Okay, empty. I had sold for that 3,000 on
3,000.
auction. Yes, it was also hand registered with one or two renewals. So as I told, I try every type of name. Like these are the ones I mentioned are although two keywords,
Right.
but I also keep having made up invented sales
Now, do you
that
get
are invented and
into
branded. Like I have sold three-figure names also.
okay.
Sorry, three keyword names also. One was recently Bright Financial Path
And that
for
was going to be my
499.
next question was whether or not
Yes,
you got into like 3, 4, or 5 word domains.
yes. But the prices that I sold these domains is very sell these domains are very low. Like Bright Financial Path, I sold this for 499.
4.99.
Yes, and like see geo names that I geo names and EMD names that I try. I My average price is very low for this. But good thing about those is that their sell through rate is high.
Right.
Like so, it makes up for low sales.
That's
Every
interesting.
niche, yes, geo. Like I've sold also customer service software.com just recently. I had actually registered in January 2019. Then January 2020 it was expired, and
Huh.
I had forgot my plan of doing outbound for it. And there are a lot of see, I as I told, try to cover everything. So at times there is I forget or miss lot of things, even if I plan to. So there are some names for which I forget outbounding. So this was one of those, and expiry date also now came. So I decided to try it anyway, and because I saw that there are not many end users, so I decided that I will not renew this. But before it goes away from my account in redemption period, I will make sure to outbound this name for whatever number of end user I see, just to try it anyway. So
Right.
I happened to message about 3 to 5 people. Exactly, I messaged 3 people actually. So one of those, and then offered me 150 euro, and I accepted it.
Not bad.
Yes.
Not bad,
So I
especially for a domain that was going to expire anyway.
Yes, and I was not going to renew also because the end users and lead, as I told, that I renew only those names for which I see more leads, more chance, and I'm confident about. And this name, I was not confident, so it was not in my renewal list. And since there is no discount also for renewals, Like the price is fixed. So it we have to be one has to be very selective. The names which names you are going to renew among
Gotcha.
hand registered. The premium are anyway would be getting renewed. Among hand registered, I have to select. So I was not going to renew this name. So luckily it got sold for 150 euro. So I sell 3 words also, 2 words also, brandables also, liquid also. Uh, I try everything.
Right.
Try to cover
And that's to
everything.
stay diverse in case one of those drops off, or so that you don't, I guess, to say, have all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. This way I'm not dependent on a single strategy. Like you must be aware of GDPR.
Right. GDPR. Yep.
Yes. So what happened was GDPR, because of GDPR there was a conflict for geo outbound. There was like who who is information was hidden. So there was a lot of panic among those who were into outbounding. And then later on it was resolved, but there was a panic, and I know people whose business was stopped, like their business suddenly got stopped. So this is also why I from start decided to never be dependent on single niche or way of domain trade, from inbound to outbound, from CCTLDs to NGTLDs, from liquid to EMD, from Android to premium. I decided I will try to do everything, at least try to do everything, so that if one thing doesn't work, then there is other strategy which keeps the cash flow going. As this is full time business for me,
Right.
so I want this business to be stable. I've left everything else, all the options that I had in my life for career. I left those behind, and so I wanted to. This is why also I told you that I decided to delete my all social media profile, because
Ah,
it was very difficult for me to focus on it. In order for me to focus completely and work sincerely, I decided to delete my all social media accounts.
you mentioned that one thing of focus. Like, are there any other things? Like, what would your advice be to someone who's wanting to get started in domain investing?
See, my advice would be to do enough research and don't be in hurry, and don't try to imitate others. Don't try to copy
Ah, that's
others.
good.
You must learn. You must get inspired and do your own research. Make your own formula, and research properly. In research, I would like to mention that whether name bio sales, you can search name bio, or even there at NP there is a very useful, very great thread about report domain completed. So you have to check this source about to know what's selling, and what's in journal news, what's in latest technology news among tech startups, what's up to date. So you see this, you do this research, learn, and keep reading name pros. I find that a forum it is like encyclopedia of domain, encyclopedia about domain. So keep learning, keep go slow, and uh, and make your own strategy.
Right.
Don't plagiarize don't copy, don't try to copy, don't go blindly. You should have a certain logic. Do your research well. Research is very important. You can read blogs. There are a lot of so many good blogs that there are available, like DN Geek. They post very good data of sales, what startups are buying, what they are selling, what domainers are selling. So there are a lot of source available, and it is for free. I never did, like I learned everything from about domain trading. I learned from Google only. So you should give time. It is not something that it is not like a lottery business. Okay, like
That's true.
you just give. I see a lot of people like saying, okay, I have free time from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Teach me domaining so that I can earn during that time. This will not happen. This will You need to give time. You need to give time. You need to focus. This is not a random thing like casino or lottery. You go and just invest and you will get the profit. You need time, you need focus, you need research, and there are so many of strategies that you can do. Like brandable marketplaces is complete different. Private purchases is complete different. Like targeting certain niche is complete different way of working. There is one guy who targets only VR and crypto in 2019, and he was very successful at all. There are also like selling crypto names for 5 figure and VR names for four figure, high four figure. So, and then there are guys who only there are the successful domainers who only target in their main focus is in brandable marketplaces, or who only there is one guy in name pros. He says he only purchases liquid domains. So you can do, obviously you can try everything, but my advice is to give proper time to it. See, I try everything, but when I am doing certain niche or focus, I give my complete focus. Like I told you, in 2 months I have not registered a single domain. Even though if even though I only need to give up, I'm talking about .com. Although I registered .co domains, CCTLDs, few days before when there was offer from Epic.com, but I'm talking about .com. I didn't register a single name. Why? Because I'm focusing on purchases, premium names.
Right.
So focus is very important. Research is very important. Clarity, be clear. Give time. Don't jump at it. And consider it as a basic business. Like you will buy, you will research, and then you will try it. Don't consider it as a fluke or some kind of lottery business.
Right. And pricing is critical.
Of course, pricing is very critical, very critical. And try not to be dependent on a single niche. Never. I would advise to not be dependent on single niche. If you are doing part time, there are a lot of people who are dependent on single niche, and they are doing part time. They have like a good regular job offline. They have a nice job. They are in nice profession, and then they do part time. They can afford to focus on single niche, dependent on single niche. But if you are doing it full time, then I would not advise you to be dependent on single niche, because for that you will need to explore more. And
Right.
yes, and there's so many things to explore. Domaining, I feel, is a wide, wide term. Wide has a wide scope. So, so you must give time. Each and everything. There is so much to learn. Like in 4 letters, liquid domains, there is like chips and non-chips, Western premiums. Even in 4 letters, 3 letters, pronunciation or pronunciable. Even in brandable, there are like 2 keywords and made up invented. Even in geo, there are like 2 keywords and 3 keywords. Even EMDs are different. So research, if I'm supposedly I'm registering EMD, and if I see typing.com, a name related to typing, okay, so I would not register it because typing has gone out of trend. You have to know. How would I know this? Because of research. Or there are, see, with my research, I noticed that the keyword computer was working very good in past decade, in second last decade, in 2000 decade. But in recent times, it's not doing good. So you should stay away. Computer, because laptops came, iPads came, so computer value has gone down. Computer keyword value to me. So you must research properly. And sometimes what happens if we see end users, okay, in domaining, if we see end users when we are purchasing any name, there would be many end users, more than few. But all of those end users, you will see that they are not using their website properly. Like there is one note at the end of bottom of the website, all right reserved. And if you visit any website, they say 2020 all right reserved. Okay, they are updating their website. But some website would it would be written that in today's date 2010 all right reserved. then why would they even be interested in buying your name? If they are not updating the current domain or website they have, or one-page website they have, then why would they be interested in buying in your name? So you have to make sure that the research is complete and it is thoroughly done in order to buy the names and then trying to sell it. Pricing is important. Research is important.
Gotcha.
Both of these are important. And giving time, giving focus, being sincere. If you decide to focus properly, be regular, give time, and not consider it as time pass or not consider it as a fluke. Be serious about it.
Definitely. So then, is there anything else? So, like, how can people get in contact with you?
For now, anyone can reach me out and name pros. And my username is there, DN Folk.
DN Folk at Names
Yes.
Pros. Good.
Yes.
Good deal. Well, with that, we're out of time. So, Vikunth, man, thank you again for joining us today and sharing your experience.
Thank you for having me. It was great talking to you. Thank you.
Yeah, certainly.
As I told you, I like your approach of interviewing. I like your approach. It's very easy. It's very casual, comfortable, very friendly.
Yeah, certainly.
Thumbs up.
Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in to Kickstart Commerce, where we share search marketing and domain name strategies to help grow your business. Please subscribe to this podcast via iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or Podbean. And last but not least, please visit kickstartcommerce.com to subscribe to the weekly newsletter sharing tips and tricks about the disciplines of digital strategy. Thanks, and that's all for now.